It's time for tonight's short Polka update where I'm going to talk about the latest from Bitcountry. We do have some awesome announcement from them. I'll also talk about Phala network because Marvin, the co-founder, has also mentioned something interesting. And finally, we'll close it off with Moonbeam. So let's kick things off with Bitcountry quickly. As you can see here, 12 hours ago, they've just announced that MEXC exchange are also going to launch a metaverse on Bitcountry, and this is how it's gonna look. This is a sneak preview here just to get an idea. This is absolute awesomeness, and imagine the amount of bit it must have took to build something this awesome, right? Let me stop the volume here. So that's how it looks. So now we've got 3 exchanges onboarded with Bitcountry Pioneer. They will be on Bitcountry Pioneer, by the way. KuCoin was the first, Gate the second, and now MEXC. So I've tweeted saying that maybe Binance would also be willing to onboard if CZ is willing to embrace the metaverse, of course. And we can only hope that that's going to be the case. We don't know, but we do know that some of the VCs that have invested in Bitcountry are quite powerful. They've got a lot of connections. And while we don't like VCs too much, because as you know, not all of them are good actors, most VCs are in it purely for the money. They are ultimately helping support a project in some way, and that's great, because if you don't have any kind of support, you could have VCs who are in it purely for the money and offering you zero support. But in this case, we are seeing that support. We have seen the support. For example, Mr. Beast, like Mr. Beast has followed Bitcountry, and there will be something coming up with Mr. Beast and a number of other followers as well. I'm talking about larger personalities who are popular, who have a big following and are likely going to bring their community over to Bitcountry Metaverse. So we're going to have to see how things are going, but we can expect some big stuff happening in November and December. As you know, most of the updates will happen in November, so we've got another few weeks left, and we should be getting a lot of these updates now. Of course, also the BIT token listing, also near. Basically as soon as that channel is open between Bitcountry Pioneer and other parachains, we should see a lot more updates from them. So that's going to be interesting. We'll keep an eye out on that, of course. But aside from that, MEXC has also generously committed 10,000 NEAR in airdrops to its users inside MEXC Metaverse after it goes live. So just follow them for that. Next up, let's talk about this thread here by Marvin Tong from Phala Network. He's a co-founder there. He's also a developer because he does have technical knowledge. Now let's talk about this thread, and this is in relation to Alameda and the situation with FTX. So he's saying Alameda is one of the liquidity suppliers of Phala Network. Since Alameda only holds 6 million of Phala tokens or coins, which is less than $1 million, their team doesn't think this will impact the ongoing business operations. Now, why do they need a market maker? Because Phala is already listed on over 30 centralized exchanges like Binance, Kraken, KuCoin, etc. And to ensure that Phala holders have a good trading experience, using a market maker is a common choice for all crypto projects. Why do they use Alameda? Well, to control the risk, the team decided to use multiple suppliers instead of one, which has been proven a promising strategy today. 12 months ago, Alameda came to them and asked for cooperation. Based on their reputation on trading ability and liquidity backing, they chose them as their #1 partner. Therefore, they signed a market maker collaboration contract with Alameda, and the contract should be terminated by the 30th of November 2022. Now, what I'm not sure here, and this is just my assumption, by market maker till the 30th of November, what this actually means, I think, is that they're going to help make the price go up. That's my understanding, that they're going to be buying and selling until the 30th of November, and that's probably why we've been seeing a lot of spikes when it comes to Phala recently, because I mean it's been doing really good. I'm not going to talk about prices in today's video. I'll keep that for later on this week, likely on Sunday when I do the price video, but it's just to say, like, this is what I think they're doing, and that's why they've got this market collaboration. Now on the 10th of October, based on intuition, I want to end the contract 1 month earlier. However, our contract was a closed loan, so we were unable to get the loan returned before the maturity date. Since the 7th of November, we've been talking with Alameda and they responded positively. So yes, we maintain smooth communication. When I asked how this crisis influenced the contract, the Alameda team said, no worries, we will return the token on the 30th of November. Now, please stay tuned for the update. The next milestone for us will be the 30th of November, which is the time when Alameda should return the funds. If on that day Alameda is not able to refund us, we will continue to follow up on debt issues by legal means. So they're serious about this, right? In the worst case, Hash Forest will take the 1 million USD equal loss. Based on our cash book, we can still keep running the company as usual. We got healthy cash liquidity to support the team cost, of course, because a lot of VCs have also invested in Phala network. Let's not forget that. So they're definitely well funded in that regard. And then the thought is that this will not hurt the Phala market much. 6 million Phala is about 10 days produced from the computation reward pool. Lesson learned for all crypto citizens: no matter how great they look, don't trust, verify. And the last words: he sincerely appreciates the support of the community. Through this crisis, he hopes the crypto community increases its emphasis on decentralized services rather than return on investment. Mission and principles to stay transparent, integrate the world off-chain into Web3. So really nice words here from Marvin Tong. Really transparent. I really appreciate that, and I hope more CEOs can be like that, of course, because it's all about transparency in the space. If there's just hype and zero transparency and no delivery, then you're not really doing much. You're just, you know, biting the bullet there, basically, because you're thinking that eventually things are going to be okay, but then the projects disappear. So it's definitely great to see this kind of transparency. And finally, let's talk about Moonbeam here. They have announced that Moonbeam Illuminate has gone live, which is basically an event where a number of founders have been interviewed, and we can see here they've had Lucas from Centrifuge, Dan Reeser from Phala, Kenny Lee from Manta, and Alexei Zametin from Interlay. Now, I wasn't able to join this, unfortunately. It did kick off already. I'm not sure if there's a recording for this, but yeah, definitely interesting here, the fact that they are discussing this, you know, all of them together, and you can just see that these parachain teams are just collaborating and cooperating, and it's all about interoperability at the end of the day. And this is how we should see it. We shouldn't see hate in the ecosystem. We should all try to help each other, support each other, especially in times like these. It's really, really important, I think, in my opinion. We should see less hate and more trust, more help, more support. That's my opinion, and that's how I want to end it today. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.